Boys, we're missing our leading tackler. He's tied with TJ Edwards at 40 tackles on the year. He's also been doing some impressive stuff on the line, knocking Trembles out, doing all types of fun stuff. How, in your guys' opinion, how does this affect the Bears in this particular game, especially over the middle and some of the things that this guy does around the line of scrimmage and in his coverage skills? What do you got, Darius? Start us off, buddy.
As they say in sports, it sounds cliche, but it's true. It's the next man. It's the next man up. It's unfortunate for Brisker because he's really been coming on the last few games, and it looks like he was preparing to have a heck of a season. And like I said, it's unfortunate. I hope he gets well soon. And we're really gonna need him this game. But I do like the safety depth that we have. I like the depth that we have at safety. Those two guys in the preseason. I know a lot of people don't look at the preseason, but for depth purposes, this is important, right? So
Yeah.
the preseason, those guys they tackled well. They read their keys, they understood the assignments, and they played well all throughout. That's Hicks and Simone Bowles' husband. I hate to say that,
Jonathan
but
Owens. Jonathan Owens.
yeah, I had to get one in. Everybody else said, but I hate when they do my boy like that. It's Jonathan Owens. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people say Mr. Bowles and all that. Nah, man, it's Jonathan Owens, man. Nah, but listen, I trust the depth. I trust the scheme. I'm sure those guys gonna come in prepared. So it's like I said, it's unfortunate that we're losing a key starter, but it's the next man up.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Darius. I mean, it's certainly not good to lose one of your best players. Jaquan Brisker has been absolutely amazing this year. He's definitely having his best season as a pro, no doubt about it. Just in the last 2 weeks, the interception to end the game against the Rams, and then just last week when he knocked Tremble out and forced the fumble, he obviously knocked himself out as well. But, I mean, he's definitely hard to replace. But I think if you look at the Bears defense as a whole, the safety and cornerbacks right now are probably where they are the deepest. So I think it'd be the easiest to replace one of those guys because they're certainly not deep at the defensive line, and I don't believe they're deep at linebacker either. I don't really know much about their backup linebackers, but I would certainly hate to lose somebody like Tremaine Edmonds or Montez Sweat more than Brisker, but it still hurts, man. Another cliche statement like Darius was talking about is, you're only as good as your weakest link. So if somebody comes in to back them up and they don't play well, then the Bears, they're going to be exposed at times for sure. But ultimately, I do think I like Jonathan Owens as well. I like Elijah Hicks as well. I think for 1 week, as long as it's not a long-term injury, I think the Bears will be all right.
Yeah, the thing that kind of caught me off guard was when we signed Jonathan Owens. I thought he was going to be the premier top backup at the safety, either free or strong. And obviously, I mean, Elijah Hicks last year, I think we looked it up. He had a 65 rating on PFF. Wasn't terrible, wasn't great, but I thought that signing Jonathan Owens was, a step up. I mean, he did start for that team up north last year for a bunch of games, so he has that experience. For me, overall, I don't. As long as the Bears generate a pass rush, I don't know that it affects us too much. I mean, the Bears are in the top 7 in every statistical category on the defensive side of the ball. I don't think you can find one that they're not. And
rushing yards per game.
Yeah, I guess you're right there.
They're number 18 in the NFL. And Sean, to your point about Elijah Hicks.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm sorry, man. To your point, just real quick, to your point about Elijah Hicks, he had I think it was like a 62 PFF rating last year.
Yeah.
He was also a rookie last year, man. I mean, just like we've seen this progression from Javon Dexter, you expect to see the same from Elijah Hicks. He might play better this year than he did last year. And we've talked about this before. Anytime the Bears have an injury, it's always rotation, guys. You're going to see both of them. You're going to see both Elijah Hicks and Jonathan Owens at some point in that game. So it's not like Elijah Hicks is going to be on the field for every single snap. I think ultimately the Bears will probably play who's ever playing their best that day. Will probably end up getting more playing time. But I still have faith in Elijah Hicks. The jury's not out yet.